When he said he saw the end of us, is this what he saw?
No, baby. No, I never saw this coming.
All right. Well, I am Grant from Screen Rant. I am so thrilled to chat with you both for these final episodes, even though I have not seen them because everything is very under wraps right now. And Luke, I actually would love to start with you. So as we saw near the end of the first half, Kayce's really becoming a bigger part of the ranch after John sort of has left to do focus on the governor work. I'd love to hear sort of how, not only what that bigger role will entail for him, but especially since it's coming in the middle of this heated war between Jamie and Beth.
Yeah, I think, it's kind of been teed up for a while. Like, can Kayce run the ranch has sort of been the question. He would be the logical one to hand it over to, but, we haven't really seen the qualities yet to see if he could do that. And I think, it's kind of looking like we might see what he's capable of. And I will say that in the very first episode, a very, earth-shattering event happens, and all bets are off, and any sort of plans anyone had are over, and everyone has to go into sort of action mode.
Well, I'm sure that's going to be pretty intense. I love that tease already. Kelsey, I'll turn to you next. Obviously, Kayce and Monica have been dealing with quite the emotional turmoil this first half of the season, processing what happened. And, the ranch has always been something that has scared Monica in a sense, especially when Kayce gets further drawn into it. How do you think Monica feels about Kayce, essentially having to step up and take over the ranch?
Look, I think Monica loves Kayce completely, and so I think this is such a big season for him, and so I think she trusts him in that way, and it's also at the end of 5A, it's kind of coming around. John and Monica are speaking about, well, how can we make this work or have both? So yeah, she's in it, ride or die. So yeah, she'll make it work.
That's what I like to hear, and I did love that moment between Monica and John. It was such a wonderful conversation to see that play out. Luke, I'll turn back to you. Obviously, another thing with Kayce running the ranch is that Rip has often sort of had his own opinion on who should run the ranch, and I'd love to hear if that's going to if that tension might sort of be felt going into these final episodes between the two.
Yeah, clearly these guys have not really liked each other, for a while. It's like they fight like brothers, but only like Yellowstone brothers. It's a little bit worse than how most brothers fight, right? And yeah, it's so tough because there's not much we can really say about what you can look forward to or any of that. But I will say, I think at some point it becomes bigger than them. It becomes bigger than their squabbles, and it becomes bigger than the ranch and the family, and it becomes something that everyone sort of has to come together rather than be at odds.
That's what I like to hear, because I've certainly loved when the Duttons actually come together in peace versus going to war with each other.
Yeah, I mean, Rip and Kayce would be a pretty badass team if they just worked together, right?
100%. It would be the perfect ranch. And so, Kelsey, I'll turn back to you. Another thing I've loved seeing from both of your storylines is Chief Rainwater's, bigger involvement in your family, helping get back to your native roots, but also to really mourn the loss. And I'd love to hear sort of the trailer for this final episode seems to show Kayce and Rainwater getting a lot closer. I'd love to hear if we can expect the same for Monica and Rainwater in these final episodes.
I think a big part of the Dutton legacy does imagine, like Monica and Rainwater, imagines an unlimited future for Native people and future generations. So I think it's without giving too much away. Yeah, I think it's a really important part of the Dutton legacy.
Well, I love that.
It's hard to do this. I'm just like,
Yeah.
No, I get it. And I don't want to get you guys in trouble either.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sweating over here.
I totally understand. Well, I think that's about my time, so I will get on out of here. Hopefully we can chat again when we can actually get into spoilers.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hope you both have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, man. Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
We'd be living under this again.
Wow.
I live under anyway.
East Camp is not much of a house, baby.
Yeah, but it would be ours.